Oh, you want fun in math? I'll show you fun. Look.
All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. If you don't know me, my name is Brandon, and I'm a high school principal from the U.S. state of Georgia. We're continuing along today with Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I can't wait for this one. It's called Math. Math is something that a lot of students sort of universally struggle with, and I can't wait for this episode. I know that the next episode is called Vice Principals, and you all have been talking about that one for a long time, so I can't wait for that one either. But let's go ahead and get into this one. Just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed, especially if you tune into this series week after week, do hit that subscribe button below. It would really help me out. Let's get into it.
My math class is starting pre-algebra today.
I just got promoted to 8th grade honors math. I'm going to be an 8th grader for one period a day.
See, that would be great news.
Yeah, and by the way, that does happen. Students taking an advanced course, I don't see this as often where they're in 7th grade and they have to take 8th grade math, or he gets to. But much more common is if they were in 8th grade and they got to take a high school course. Because when you're in middle school, the whole objective is to go to the next grade and be promoted. But when you're in high school, the objective is really to get high school credits, because your state is going to require a certain number of credits for graduation. And if you can get 1 or 2 in 8th grade, well, then you sort of have a head start on it. So that is much more common.
If it wasn't about math, we know how to add and subtract. So why do we have to take more math?
I told you, man. Hey, Bigby, you're smart. We have 4 dozen eggs to throw at 5 kids in chessboard. So how many eggs can we throw at each kid?
Don't know. Don't care.
It's easy.
Oh.
You have 48 eggs, so you can throw 9 at each kid. But you'll have 3 left over.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And Ned asks, well, we know how to do basic math or add and subtract. Why do we need more? This is something that comes up often with students and even adults, like, oh, I didn't use that, or I don't have to use this. There's a lot of math that is very practical in real world situations, and it's obvious. There's some math where it is practical, but it's not as obvious, and you really have to be taught, okay, this formula or whatever can help you in this situation. There's other math that's not quite so applicable to everyday life, but it is applicable if you're going into certain fields, engineering, any sort of computer science, and a host of other ones that are just going to require more math. Sometimes as a part of the college degree required to go into that field, you may have to take calculus 1 or 2 or differential equations and stuff like that. You're definitely going to need a lot of math in high school for that.
See, now what good would it do me to know that they have 3 eggs left?
He's going to throw them at him. Oh, man. I was wondering, did they really do it? But yeah, and I always say on this show, they do have to get gross a lot of times, the kid actors here.
School survival news flash. You can't ignore math. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you plan on passing it? 9 words. Create a study group with the smartest kids in class.
That's 10 words.
Yeah.
Whatever. And here they are. Albert, Wermenheimer, and the Oboe Twins.
Oh, man. The Oboe Twins. So I guess it's sort of like Coconut Head. They don't even have names. They're just the Oboe Twins. And this guy, I'm assuming he's only going to exist for this one episode. I have not seen him before.
Excited about our group, Ned.
And I'm excited that somebody besides the voice of reason inside my head is actually talking to me.
That's a little weird.
The study group is a great idea.
Uh-oh. Okay. And this is a little weird. I would not call this a potential firing for Gordy, but he's just going about it the wrong way. And it wouldn't necessarily be the custodian's responsibility to deal with a large weasel like that. You would just call a pest control company or some sort of animal control out there for something like that.
Okay, okay, now use the rest of the class.
Oh, man. Okay. I remember this guy as the student teacher who couldn't really handle his class, and now I guess he's a regular teacher. So I've seen a version of this happen where one kid does this and they stop and they don't want to get caught, but the whole class just openly doing this to the teacher. The principal's going to be called, and he's going to be called pretty quickly to put a stop to this.
To either work alone or in a group.
And something else there, you saw that face shield, which in this time would seem really, really strange, but it's like after COVID, I sort of got used to seeing those.
Stacy, Tracy, why don't you guys start working on the board problems?
I guess they have names now, Stacy and Tracy. I don't think they had a name before. It was sort of like Coconut Head, where that is their name. It's pretty funny. So I guess this is going to be their little study group.
I called the homework. Wait, what are you gonna do?
How about coming up with a super cool name for our study group? Like the Mathematicians?
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
It is
Mathematician.
great. He's my new friend.
This guy sort of worries me a little bit.
8th grade, here I come. This is gonna be fun. Hello, no student.
And look at this room. I just sort of laughed when I saw it because everything's gray. The tables are gray. The background, the wall is gray. You've got these police interrogation room kind of lights in there. You've got the light coming through the window. It's just perfect. I actually remember this room from, I think, the detention episode. They did almost the exact same thing with it.
I am Dr. Xavier, super genius.
Dr.
No
Xavier.
hobby problems.
Oh man, and the music, if you notice that, and her image there, and she's wearing a gray jacket or suit of some kind, it just paints a certain picture for you.
Work hard. Remember, without math, we are cavemen eating mud.
Wow.
Welcome to pre-algebra, the building block of advanced math.
Oh, they like it.
And the first thing we will be learning is quadratic equations.
This is going to be awesome.
Fx equals x squared minus x plus
Uh-oh.
What's with the letters?
1.
Where are the numbers?
Fx.
She said, where are the numbers? And by the way, I'm not a math expert, but if this is the first time she's seeing variables, which a lot of students do struggle with that, but if this is the first time she's seeing variables, she's not going to start with quadratic formulas here. That's just not going to be the case. And this is supposed to be pre-algebra. If she's never seen a variable before, they're going to start with something far simpler than this.
Equals x squared minus x plus 1.
Uh-oh. Okay, Gordy. All right. Yeah, that's a potential firing there. It's kind of obvious that this is a prop that probably weighs about 2 pounds, but he's slinging a giant boulder at a weasel to catch or kill him. That's going to be a firing. You can't do that. Someone could get seriously hurt.
I subtract the giant boulder and add an ice pack to your weasel catching formula.
What?
So, are you in algebra in love? I don't even think it likes me. And the problems don't make sense, and then I started to itch. Could be a sign of math anxiety. It happens when students get nervous or scared in math. Miss Morrison thought I had it last semester. She gave me this flyer.
Math
Really? Did you have it?
anxiety.
No, I suffer more from I hate math syndrome. But math anxiety is totally common. Not for me because I don't have it.
Oh, I have a problem.
Talk to me.
It's a math problem.
Talk to Mose.
8th grade is supposed to be fun and exciting. But honors math is boring and scary. And we're doing word problems next.
Do what I do and spice up the word problem. If it says a train leaves the station, change it to a rocket blasts off from Jupiter.
And that makes math fun and exciting.
Yeah, I don't hate that there. I've seen a lot of teachers do that before, actually.
Go math! Go math! Go math!
I'm really starting to question why I hang out with you guys.
No student.
Oh boy. Look at this. So you've got her accent plus all this gray, And look at this. A laborer mixes a solution of iron oxide, magnesium to make cement blocks. It just sort of puts a certain image in your head, doesn't it?
Read next question.
Okay. A werewolf mixes a
It
solution
says
of
laborer, not werewolf.
milk, eggs, and flowers to make delicious cupcakes.
Of iron oxide and
Oh, boy.
magnesium to make cement.
Come on, lady. Let them change it. The math isn't any different. And she's shutting that down pretty quickly, isn't she?
And blocks. Stick to words.
But I was only trying to make class fun.
Oh, you want fun in math? I'll show you fun. Look.
Oh, man. This teacher needs to go. She just needs to go.
Watching you. Big fun. Now do work. Remember, without math, we are cavemen eating mouse. Big head.
Got a little tattoo of the mathematicians. I see the little cards there. I'm assuming this is a temporary tattoo. I don't see those quite as much anymore. I remember back in the day, it seemed like everybody had them, but I don't see those quite as much now. So you would never have this, and you see they're written close together and not in line with each other. And there's just too much on this board, but I know they did this on purpose to make it look confusing. So they get it and she does it. Now the room is spinning. She's itching. She's got the syndrome or whatever it was, math anxiety.
Just read the flyer. No, I am in love with math. We are just going through a rough, itchy patch in our relationship.
Ned, we finished tonight's homework before we got home.
Yeah, so what does he do?
And I came up with the magic M. Any of us are in math trouble.
So it's like he's just working on their branding for their group, and they're doing all the work here. I don't know how well this is going to work out.
Well, just shoot the M and the mathematicians come to the rescue.
That will totally help in class.
Yes, it will. He's a genius.
I worry about this guy.
What are you wearing?
Xavier gave
Oh, man. So now she's making them wear this little get up here. That's pretty ridiculous.
She's trying to break my make 8th grade math fun spirit. But tomorrow, it is she who will be broken.
Uh-oh. I'm a little worried here.
Yeah. Sure that'll work out well.
Oh, no. No. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Potential firing number 2 for this episode. You can't do that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Look. You got a
So
fake
he's got
tattoo
one.
just like mine.
Yours is fake?
Yeah, if a positive times a positive is a positive, then what's a negative times a negative? Albert.
Flash him the sign.
Negative?
Negative.
No, it's a positive.
Okay.
Remember that. It'll be on the quiz tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to want Ned in their group for very much longer. I sense a change coming.
I'm mad at him too.
It's the Cookie Make Math Fun Show!
We're in the 8th grade, but we're all dismayed. But 6 plus cookies
All right.
equals fun. Prime number divided, remainder can hide it. The number, number 1.
Oh, come on.
Stop disruption.
Oh, man. I'm like, don't stop it. That was pretty good there.
No one can learn.
he's saying if you divide a prime number by anything other than itself in 1, you get a remainder.
No, no.
You see there? That helped. And you know what? I have to admit, I've seen a lot of different teachers at different schools use that. They'll either have some sort of song that will help. Even in math, they've had these quirky little songs. I still know a couple myself from my math classes that I learned so long ago. They just sort of stick with you, and teachers know that, and the best teachers tend to use that to their advantage, and they somehow integrate their content into a song, and then it sticks with those students, or some type of movement activity or something else. That does tend to work.
Now get to work. Remember,
That's so
without the
bad.
math.
I guess they learned that, didn't they?
I'm quitting the study group. What? You can't. You haven't done any math all week. I need tattoo removal. And the one time I shoot you the end.
Oh man. So I think I kind of saw this coming. He hasn't really contributed to this group at all, and now they want him out of it. Apparently he got a real tattoo of the mathematicians. Not a good decision there, but they're upset with him now, and I can kind of see that.
They're quitting too.
His inner voice thinks it's best.
Let's prepare for the math quiz alone. And take it alone.
Math? Quiz?
Oh no, now he's got it.
Alone? Okay, I admit it.
Oh man. They're getting gross again. Every episode they have to get so nasty for these scenes.
I think I've got it too, but don't worry. I've got tips.
Okay, here we go. The
Sometimes math
tips.
can be confusing and totally scary. Even Einstein struggled with it. And the first step to solving your math problems is to be positive and tell yourself you can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, I totally agree here. And I always say that the tips on this show are really, really good, and they are. And yeah, that is sort of the first step. A lot of students do have anxiety about it, but you just have to say, look, I don't really understand it right now, but I can do it. I just need some extra help or some extra time or help from the teacher or whatever it is. You can do it. Even if you don't understand it right now, I can get there.
Do this. I'm good at math.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to ask questions as soon as you don't understand something. Mr. Dryden, could you repeat that? I'm having a little problem following.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Some kids feel dumb asking questions, but what's really dumb is not asking questions.
power of 8.
Yeah, true. And a lot of teachers do know this, that there's a certain stigma about asking questions, especially in front of people. So students, I encourage them, look, if you can't or don't want to ask questions during class in front of everybody, you've got to either before or after class or some other time, just let the teacher know, hey, I'm struggling with this. Can I come by before class or on some sort of break? And teachers know this as well. So they'll have clever little ways, at least the better teachers, they will have a way of students letting them know, hey, I don't understand, without just them raising their hand or doing it in a way where other students know about it.
Then you just subtract x from both.
Okay,
I
she's
understood
getting
what
better.
you said. And the answer is 2. And I do not feel the need to scratch.
It's like,
A little
that's kind
math
of weird.
anxiety is in all of us. So start a study group. When you're working with others, it can get you some answers and maybe even some
Yeah.
new friends.
And this group that's frantically talking to each other, I don't usually see that. The only exception would be either if someone's copying work or if there's about to be a really big test and they're frantically going over some last minute material.
When you join a group, be sure to share the work evenly.
Yeah. And that sort of reminds me of the Project Partners episode where a lot of the work is placed on a particular person in the group. And I guess that goes for study groups also.
I owe you guys an apology. I
Mhm.
stuck you with all the work. But if you give me another shot, I promise to work harder.
That did it. The
Believe it
M.
or not, with confidence, some study buddies, and persistence,
That's so
math
funny.
really can be fun.
Perhaps my way is old-fashioned.
Okay.
Maybe no student has a point. We can learn and enjoy math. So today,
This character, I mean, I get what they're trying to do here, but it's so over the top. It's kind of crazy.
we have super fun math dance party.
Okay. All right. Good for her.
Shit, math is fun. But now, Xavier's even scary.
Man, what? Too far. She went too far. And my question is, well, my first question is, look at the bottom of this frame. There's a hot dog there with some cupcakes. That's a little interesting combination. But also, I mentioned that I do see a lot of teachers, particularly the ones that get the best results. I've seen them make little songs or little games in their class, but it's always linked to the content in some way. You wouldn't just have a dance party just to have a dance party. It would be somehow, some way linked back to the content itself.
No, Stoyan, dance with me.
Okay, yeah, that would be a problem. She went way too far.
Let's face it.
I hope they paid this actress a lot for having to do this.
Without math, there's no cars, no computers, no video games.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be amazed at how much you need it, especially when trying to
man.
catch a weasel. Gordy, your math is way off.
It's going to be number 3 here, I think. Yep. Yeah, someone could have been pretty seriously hurt here. That's another potential firing Gordy. So there's the mud. Oh, she gets gross again.
I told you, without math, we are cavemen eating mud.
Mm-hmm. I guess in this case, they are. All right, well, that's the episode. I think the show has finally found the right balance here because early on in the season, it's like it was so edgy and crazy and it wasn't really that funny. This one was really funny and has just the right amount of edge, you know. But I really liked this scene of Cookie doing the little jazz math kind of dance and song. I really liked that. But this one was a good episode. This one was one of the funnier episodes, I have to say. I hope they keep going like this. And thank you for those of you who continue to tune in week to week. This has become one of the more popular series. And like I said before, if you do enjoy watching these from week to week but aren't subscribed to the channel, just hit the subscribe button down below and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my content. I would really appreciate it. But I'm going to leave the video right here. I'll see you on the next one right here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.